Ruby is meeting historian Dr. Sabine Weber to find out about her great-aunt Olga's time here.
Hello.
Hello, Ruby. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Come on in with me.
You.
We are in this pavilion right here.
Is Olga in here?
We don't know if she was in this very pavilion. We are actually at the top of the institution, which is where the agitated patients would have been hospitalized.
Agitated?
Yes, agitated, meaning that the symptoms of their mental illness were such that they had behaviors that needed to be managed. They were
But are we saying
agitated.
screaming, agitation?
Yes, we're
Okay.
screaming, violence.
My mother did that. Screaming in the street. See, I always wonder, was it Vienna or was it, genes? And so when somebody's institutionalized here, how do they cure them?
Depending on their behaviors, there was something called the bath therapy. The patients who were very agitated stayed in there for a really long time.
Like days?
Days. So they would be sleeping in there, they would be eating in there. And
What was the point of the water?
to basically calm them down. So if you were an agitated patient, it was a lot about managing symptoms.
Okay, and then what else was there?
And then there was work therapy. So the individuals institutionalized would actually be employed in the kitchen or on the farm.
And so do you think my great aunt could do that?
She was a seamstress. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Yeah, she was probably working as a seamstress in the institution.
So how bad was it for Olga? What brought her here?
Would you maybe like to have a look at this document right here?
Well, she would be Goldman.
Yeah.
Oh, Goldman,
There
here.
you are, yes. So this is last place of residence before she came to Steinhof.
Okay, so the last place of residence is Asylum Brunn.
So that's Bruno. So that is in Moravia.
Moravia. But didn't the family live in Vienna? Why is she in Moravia?
That's where she was born. She entered Bruno at age 24, and then she transferred here 5 years later. And what stands out to you, even just visually in this record?
That she died in 1933.
She died on the 24th of February. So she was first institutionalized in 1903. So she's there for 5 years. And 25 years she was here, and she died here.
30 years in an institution?
Given the fact that Olga was institutionalized pretty much her entire adult life, we know that she was an incurable mental patient. So we cannot say what exactly her mental illness was, but it was a severe condition. But, I don't want to leave you with this utter sense of sadness and despair about Olga, because I think having been in the institution for so many years, because she was a seamstress, she was probably able to continue working. She was able to carve out a life here, not a life of freedom as we think of it, but I wouldn't say that it was a complete despair-ridden life she lived here.
I asked originally, is there madness in my family? I thought either madness or an actress, or both. So I got one.
Yeah. We've seen that she was in Brno from 1903 onwards, so it might be worthwhile to think about going to the archives in Brno to find out more about that part of your family story than of Olga's story.
I don't know if my mother, of course she would have known that for 30 years my great aunt was in a mental institution, but maybe there was such shame and that they call it agitation. Like she had a scratch. She must have been howling here. And my mom did that at home. I bet my mother had what she had. You know it in every cell in your body. It's only because I have a sense of humor that I'm not in this place.